As the problem of evil discussion eventually explores the original sin concept, the origin of evil is one logical possible next step. We've all heard stories of Lucifer's fall and the name change to Satan, but what does the Bible say? Isaiah 14, Ezekiel 28, and Revelation 12 are the most commonly cited verses showing the fall of Lucifer. Isaiah 14 starts as a proverb against the king of Babylon, but the characteristics are similar to this fallen being, and the proverb quickly moves into a realm that can no longer be understood to be about Babylon. The term Lucifer means shining one or light bearer. The Greek translation makes it bringer of dawn or morning star, and the Latin translation is where we get the term Lucifer from, meaning morning star or light bringing. It has been suggested that Gnostics and some cults conflate the definition of Lucifer with Revelation 22:16, where Christ is called the bright and morning star, and reread the whole Bible in a different light, where Lucifer is the Christ who rescues Adam and Eve by giving them knowledge of good and evil. A tentative and weak reinterpretation, but one that matches the definition of Lucifer, who wanted to exalt his throne above the stars of God, sit upon the mount of congregation, and be like the Most High. Ezekiel 28 starts as a lament of the king of Tyre, and just like Isaiah 14, the similarities to this fallen being means the lamentation quickly moves into a realm that can no longer be understood to be about Tyre. We see that this being was full of wisdom and perfect in beauty, and was in Eden. He was the anointed cherub that covereth, perfect in his ways until iniquity was found in him. He became proud of his beauty, and greatness destroyed his wisdom. By comparing the two accounts, we see that this being, whom we call Lucifer, became proud of his beauty. His vanity destroyed his wisdom, and he wound up wanting to be as God, even to be God, to be great and worshipped. Revelation 12 depicts a war in heaven, in which Michael and his angels threw this being out of heaven, casting him down to earth, which matches descriptions in Isaiah 14 and Ezekiel 28, and Luke 10:18, where Jesus said, "I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven." The term Satan means obstruct or oppose, and is often translated as adversary. The New Testament refers to this being as the accuser. Both the terms Lucifer and Satan are not necessarily his literal names, but more of a title or description of his character. This good versus evil battle is sometimes referred to as the Great Controversy. All humanity is now involved in a great controversy between Christ and Satan regarding the character of God, his law, and his sovereignty in the universe. This conflict originated in heaven when a created being, endowed with the freedom of choice, in self-exaltation, became Satan, God's adversary. He led into rebellion a portion of the angels. He introduced the spirit of rebellion into this world when he led Adam and Eve into sin. This human sin resulted in the distortion of the image of God in humanity, the disordering of the created world, and its eventual devastation at the time of the worldwide flood. Observed by the whole creation, this world became an arena of the universal conflict, out of which the God of love will ultimately be vindicated. To assist his people in this controversy, Christ sends the Holy Spirit and the loyal angels to guide, protect, and sustain them in the way of salvation.